Alright, this is solely for MegacapitalG. Not really going to be directed toward the Silent Enigma or Mickey Vlogs. You know, I mean, I guess they're kind of like indirectly involved. Well, Mickey Vlogs is kind of involved, but not actually per se. I don't know if actually he kind of is, because the Silent Enigma was talking crap about him, and okay, essentially, if you don't know, the Silent Enigma is your yugi channel's friend, and he likes to run his mouth, and you know that's fine. People can run their mouth if they want. You know, that's something that we have the choice of doing here. You know, in the United States, that MegacapitalG has stated before, and he respects that. But when somebody talks as much as the Silent Enigma does, and doesn't expect repercussions, then there's a problem. And that's why I'm making this video, because I tried to stay out of the last YouTubing feud, because I felt that that was the kind of thing that was just over, and it basically was, and it ended the way it should have. It ended with a duel, and that's funny. I was like, oh, was this fake? Was this staged? Whatever. I don't care. It was kind of entertaining. I really don't like reality TV most times, but this was pretty cool. It was yugi related. It was exciting, sort of. Everybody watched it. Everybody got enthralled by the whole situation. Okay, now MegacapitalG's situation is a little more, I think, serious. I think MegacapitalG's situation is more real. Your yugi channel and Mickey Vlogs thing was, you're gonna lose your channel, but Mickey Vlogs has lost his channel before. If his fans are really his fans, they'll follow him. He can start over, make a new channel, whatever. But this is like, okay, the Silent Enigma is talking about things. He's talking about how he's basically talking crap about MegacapitalG as a person, and he's getting his friends involved, and they're threatening MegacapitalG, and it's just like, once you take it to that level, it becomes a different thing. MegacapitalG, I guess, has been putting up with this for a while, and the only reason I'm making this video is because, I mean, let me put it this way: I've been in this situation before, where when somebody runs their mouth and you give them an opportunity to stop, and then they pretend like they stopped, and then they run their mouth again behind you, and like MegacapitalG said, there's only two ways it can end. You're gonna shut them up, or or you're not. And I've lost friends over people who can't shut their mouth. Really good friends that I've known forever, essentially. And that's how it is, I guess. Sometimes you gotta deal with it. And essentially, MegacapitalG understands this. MegacapitalG, I think, talks because he can back it up, and the Silent Enigma seems like the kind of person that likes to run their mouth, whether or not they need to. And this was made readily apparent by his response at the end of the feud between Mickey Vlogs and your yugi channel. He just all of a sudden came in super late, told them the thing was over, everybody had their party and left. And he came, and then he it's like he took salt, rubbed it on the wound, and reopened it with just a rusty blade. And when something like that happens, you never forget. You never forget something like that happened. Dude, I thought we were kind of cool on a neutral level. We were both YouTubers, blah blah blah. And then you go and do this and take my stuff, and then and you go and do this, and you rat on me essentially for no big thing or whatever. And then okay, cool, okay, whatever, we'll handle it. Okay, done. Handshake, walk away, and then so-and-so's friend comes in and, oh, but remember this, type of thing. And it's just like, it was over, and you had to rekindle the flames, essentially. And that kind of person is unnecessary. Not unnecessary. I'm not saying that as a person he should not exist, but that kind of attitude, that kind of behavior is unnecessary. And I know he had a voice, and that he wanted to voice his opinion, but he should have did it prior to the whole thing, which lasted a whole of 2 days. or during the thing, like right in the middle of it, Yugi channel put out a video, MegacapitalVlogs put out a video, he put out a video. Then your Yugi channels put out a video, then MegacapitalVlogs put out a video, then he put out another video, type of thing. And then he would have been involved in the whole thing as a whole, rather than show up to the party after everybody leaves and break a window, in the name of your Yugi channel or whatever. So when somebody like that gets involved, then problems arise, and problems are arising on the MegacapitalG front. And I'm going to say that I'm going to have to side with MegacapitalG, and in that, when somebody does that, when somebody talks and talks and talks and talks and talks, and you give them the opportunity to stop, and then they're like, okay, and then they talk some more, and you're like, dude, I've stayed out of it, I've ignored you up until this point, and now I'm going to have to either shut you up or, influence you to shut up somehow. So, MegacapitalG, I kind of respect this aspect of what you're doing. I understand where you're coming from, but in the same vein, I understand where you're coming from. So there will be repercussions to your actions, and I'm sure you're aware of that. You don't know what the future holds for you, and you don't know what these actions may take on yours and someone else's lives. On a more serious note, I guess you don't know what's going to happen there at a card game tournament. Maybe you're a better judge of character than I am. And you know that you're going to show up ready for something and nothing will happen, and everything will fizzle out and you'll be okay, and then you can move on to the next day in your life. But you seem pretty young. I think you're 20 something, 21 or 22, and you're an adult, so you have the power to make your own decisions. You've had it for a while, and you're trying to be a cop, which is really admirable. But just be careful. Just be careful, as I think I'm older than you, pretty sure, and I've experienced stuff, and it's just like I don't really know you, but you seem like a good guy, and just don't get yourself in a situation that you can't get out of, and don't make yourself look bad. I think that these Yugi beefs need to stop, but this is going beyond Yugi beefing, and I think that this is why you're doing this. That you're using the power of YouTube to kind of end a beef with somebody in real life. And so I guess that's really all I have to say. It's just like kind of weigh all the options and just be careful, because you don't know what might happen. And I guess that's about it. Just be careful. And in the whole grand scheme of things, just you don't know every aspect of everything, I guess. So that's it.